I lost total track.
Okay.
No. Oh, I used to hit stuff because we played Bloody Knuckles.
Right.
Yeah, we played Bloody Knuckles, and when I you know how many people to play with, you want to hit something just to keep it tough.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd walk around, and when people weren't around, obviously nobody can be looking. You look too crazy.
Yeah.
But throw a little combination on the wall or hit the tree a few times. It always hurts a little too much. You hit it a little too hard. Like, all right. See, but this is part of why you can't have people looking. Because if you hit it too hard and you walk around, you look weak and crazy.
No, see, I think it matters because you just gotta like take that. Like if you had that same thing, but then you went and got like the white athletic tape and like wrapped your hands up, and then you like still wincing, but like walking around here like motherfucking Tyson fight. Like no one's gonna really say shit, or you're gonna have a different respect for the pain because you're like, all right, he's training to do something.
There's more to this.
Ass kicking on the other side that you gotta respect.
Yeah, and it really helped. Like, not even me, but like the best person I knew at playing, the dude would. Against me, like I'd watch him hit all the walls and stuff. Mm-hmm. But against me, like he'd hit me like maybe 3-4 times. And I'm like, all right, man, I'm getting a little tired. You can't let them know you're getting tired. They start swinging crazy. They try to finish you.
No, but I think this is some real technique though, like the callousing and like breaking the bones, getting like stronger and all that shit. So I think the only downside is like the scar tissue. This is all just coming from like Joe Rogan.
And you kind of you have to balance it for where you're at because the punchline of this was that I hadn't done that for years, like maybe 4 or 5 years, and I had done it on a wall just for fun. Just I had just been in the happy mood. Boom, boom, boom. My pinky's been hurt for like 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. And you have to judge the hardness of the wall too.
For sure.
All walls aren't the same. I've like these walls here are hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Like it's unforgiving here.
Yeah.
It's like I felt away and wanted to hit the wall, and I'm like, oh no, I can't make that mistake here. Because like I remember
you punched through stuff out there.
For real, like I remember this dude in college. We just got. Actually, we had a couple fights like just in our room when we went through the walls, like multiple times. Like especially when we knew like where we were off campus, in between years or semesters, they were remodeling the whole room, so we had to like move out to another room for that time, and then we got to move back. But they were turning it from like a 4-bedroom, 2-bath to a 4-bedroom, 4-bath.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was like, yeah, do that.
Right.
Yeah, for real. For real. And we didn't have to move far. It was like, right? It was like, yeah, do that shit. I can't wait. Because we were still gonna be there long enough to enjoy that force. It was like, hell yeah. So before that happened, once we knew that was happening, and we were like, oh, so we don't have to worry about ruining any of this. They're tearing down walls. They have to. Like, we're doing our own blueprints. How would this look? How would they do this? This gotta go right.
No problem right here.
Yeah, we fucked that place up, great. But it was literally cool. They're like, all right, this is do some demolition. Just like, yeah, just fuck
that's a check I don't have to pay. Perfect.
But they fucking gave way that drywall, so you're going through it. So it's like, all right, you can feel like a stuntman a little bit.
Yeah,
you're done.
After being out here for a while, it made me feel like walls out there are like the WWE plot devices, the little sticks they have, how they just be breaking cardboard so easy.
Did you hear what happened to Rey Mysterio Jr.?
No, what happened?
Dude, I don't know if this is real or not because wrestling, but they said there was some like brutal rules match versus him and I don't know who it was. His name's blanking on me. And Rey Mysterio ended up losing an eye, and his opponent, upon seeing this, ended up throwing up. It was all on live television.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it was extreme. It just happened like not too long ago, like a week or two ago.
that's one of those things that gives wrestling that air of reality. You know? Yeah.
Unless it's not, in which this is the time where I'm like, all right, we could call theater on this, right? It doesn't have to be real. I like American Studio. This is my childhood. One eye with the match. These Deathstroke out here, like, we don't.
He needs a whole new special move. 619 won't do it anymore. He needs to be doing 911s.
Like, I don't know. Like, it mortifies me, but at the same time, it's so legendary. But still, like, but it's not worth it. Like, I don't know how to feel.
And the kicker of the story is he threw up on seeing it.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't know how to. I'd faint or something. I've never fainted. Well, yeah, once. But like not on like.
You know, we gotta go back to that.
Yeah. But not
I
like
want you to finish, but just know.
Not on like seeing something like gross or that, or like see your blood.
Yeah.
Not like that. But that seems like that's it.
It kind of warrants
like
it.
Line for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That or surgery.
Yeah.
I feel like all surgeons their stomachs are built out of something different.
See, I feel like surgery is a little different because it's controlled, though. Unless something goes fucked up. But even though, like, for one thing,
like when the steam comes out of the body from the heat and shit,
no,
that's disgusting.
Oh, no, it's fucked up. But, like, I'm saying, like, that's supposed to be happening.
Yeah.
Like, the eye is not supposed to come out the socket. It never.
Very
like, it's not made to. Like,
Yeah.
we're not built that way. That's not what we're about.
Yeah.
When it happens, it is a stage 20 emergency.
Yeah.
That is 9/11.
And I just want to say, for all the people that might be talking shit, some of y'all need to remember you freaked out when dude lost his eye in Pirates of the Caribbean. And that was a fake eye.
Yeah, fucking Quentin Tarantino, fucking Kill Bill, snatches out snatches out the other eye. What the fuck? There was 2 eye snatches in one movie. That's only Tarantino can do that shit. That's fucked up. Like, that reminds me of Hostel. I almost threw up in Hostel. But that was the one. I don't even want to. I can see it again. Like,
I haven't seen Hostel.
Don't see it. Fuck that movie.
That sounds great.
It was bullshit. I was dragged to the movies, and
you knew better.
I knew better. I'm not a horror movie person. I'm not a haunted house person. But I've done these things for the wrong reasons, and I've regretted it every time. I always come out looking way more bitch made for it. There's no advantage to it. Every now and then a horror movie will interest me a little bit. Like the one I will say is fine with me is Strangers. I think it was called. I saw that in theaters too. Wow, I don't know why I was seeing that. I was seeing a lot of movies in theaters. But that was great because it was just like.
Well, maybe you were actually a fan of going to theaters.
Oh, well, yeah, that was for sure.
Yeah, outside of that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I would go see a horror movie. Like, I wasn't a fan of the movies enough to go to the movies and, like, show up there and be like, oh, what are we going to watch today? Like, no, it's not. It wasn't like that. There were just a lot of good movies.
There aren't good movies that much anymore.
Well, we can't get to the movies anymore.
Well, I mean, that's definitely a thing, but
yeah,
like, it was just like Marvel movies, though.
Yeah, I was about to say Marvel kind of sucked up all that IP. Like,
yeah,
it's like you don't. I'm trying to think of what like Matrix. You don't get like a crazy action movie. I mean, they kind of try, but like there's
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Were you in that movie?
Nah, not really, but it was,
It was I feel this. It was a thing. It wasn't even in English, was it?
It was Russian mostly, or something like that.
That was enough, really.
Yeah, but
I'm bad at that.
you don't like subtitles?
I mean, no. I wanted to like, no.
To be honest, if it's not anime, it'll if it's not anime or I'm not actually trying to learn the language, it'll bother me.
That's really why my big bridge in getting into most anime, knowing that that's even like when I Dragon Ball Z is my like, it's really the deepest I've gone into any anime lore. And so when Super came out, tournament, I'm in. You gotta see what's popping off. You gotta see what's next.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've reached God mode. Let's crank it.
More colors.
Huh?
More colors.
More colors. It's why, like, I can't even rationalize that feeling of it because, like, this is dumb, but, like, this is not dumb at all. It's like, you say it to my face. Yeah, but, like, I got ahead, like, I binged and I got ahead of the English version, but the Japanese version had already finished.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't live knowing that the story was finished, but I had to wait on it. Like, if it wasn't just done, then, you know,
yeah.
But just knowing it's so, I'm like, all right, I gotta make the switch. It was worth it to know what happened, but that it's not a small change. The characters sound different. Goku sounds like, Goku sounds crazy. I don't even understand how Dragon Ball Z made it in Japan.
To be honest, like, of all animes, it's a weird thing, but the ones that are the most popular sound the weirdest to me. Because Dragon Ball Z is definitely, like, they sound like girls.
Yeah.
Very young girls.
Yeah, right. Like Goku. Like, I was like, what? Why? How? Why?
Yeah.
Does this make sense?
The dub made their characters make sense.
Like, that makes me,
because there wasn't, like, Vegeta, his voice they didn't respect Vegeta's character enough with that voice.
No, I honestly
it's disrespect.
No, but in my mind, I register a Japanese tone just naturally deeper. No?
For sure.
I feel like I have to be wrong because this is happening here.
But even in other animes, it plays out. And that's what I was saying. And it seems like in these very popular ones, their voices are like over the top. I don't know if they're.
What is that though?
I don't know, man. I really don't. I'm into anime, but I'm not like. I feel like there's levels. Like I watch Dragon Ball Z. I watch animes that come out every season.
Yeah.
And then there's. I know who makes those animes, and I know about the studio, and I know what they produce. Like,
okay.
I'm at that middle level. Like, if something crazy comes on for a season and I so happen to see it, I'll be like, okay, I might watch that. But I'm not. I know one studio, and it was like Mad Dog Productions. If I see the little Mad Dog there, I'll be like, all right, maybe I'm in for a treat. That's about it, though.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. That's deeper than I would even go for like movies.
I feel you.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, I feel like movies are a little different than that.
I would know them, but I wouldn't be able to connect them.
Because it's like 21st Century Fox.
Exactly.
Or Lionsgate. Like,
all I can give you is X-Men. And I have nothing for Lionsgate. I know I've seen.
I think that was the Kingsman or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, you could have literally said anything. That's what I'm saying. But like, I know that's the thing. But I can't connect it with anything.
And then they also
the only reason I remember. I don't even know is that right. X-Men 21st Century Fox or is it Sony?
That was for the Hugh Jackman. Like Last Stand and all those were definitely 21st Century Fox.
Yeah, and that's just because I like X-Men, so that's, and even that, yeah.
And it used to be like more of a thing, because like they used to make it last long.
I think the ones that work is when it's kind of the studio has less of a range. With some exceptions, like Pixar. That's a little too. That's literally cartoon. So it's like because you can do the same thing with DreamWorks. Like you see, like that's DreamWorks. So you don't have to
think hard on it.
You don't even have to think about it. I can see it on site. It's a whole design. It's like a
design style.
It's like Mario. Like if you did like a trailer of a video game, I'm showing you a video game trailer, 30-second trailer. I press play on it. First 5 seconds, you just see like a world or whatever, the Mario world, but no Mario. If I pause at 5 seconds, what game do you think this is? I think you're hitting like a 90% clip. You know what I'm saying? Because they built this over. Even with technology changing, the style changed the same, only got cleaner though.
Yeah.
It didn't modern. You know what I'm saying? So it's a.
And that is a very respectable thing about Nintendo too.
Oh,
they found ways to make the same thing better. In ways that like.
Yeah, dude.
They had to keep up with big jumps. Sorry.
No, but they jumped though. That's why I really don't think you gotta give them the credit because like they didn't only have to keep up with the big jumps, but they were creating the big jumps or even bulking in the face of what made complete sense or like what was standard.
Yeah.
Like the GameCube, I wasn't a big fan of it, but looking back, that was an impressive. It was just an impressive demonstration at that point.
Impressive that they can get so many people to play it.
Well, they didn't have to do it that way. They didn't have to do that. Like everything about it, they didn't have to do. Like all these PlayStation, Xbox was the strongest machine now. Like just technically, the machinery or the computer. Xbox was the strongest. PlayStation 2, and then GameCube was like here. Like it was right. I don't even think it was the same bit rate as Xbox and PlayStation 2. I think it was literally a tier lower. And then everyone was going for entertainment system, so they were DVD players at the time. That was like the new standard. We're giving away CDs, DVDs, cassettes are done, cartridges are done. We're making that switch to the CDs, which PlayStation did, and now everyone has to come up for this round. And they said, yeah, we're going to do CDs, but fuck your normal size, we're going to do these small ones. And no one's going to copy our games, and fuck DVDs and movies, get a DVD player. Like, just, yeah.
They were real about theirs.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's bold. It seems it's almost kamikaze not to be racist. Like, I'm not trying to, it just fits. Because, like, it's almost at all costs. So I don't know what's the backup if this, like, turns into, like, a Sega situation. And I feel like it could have, but the content was so good. They, like, the Mario games have always impressed. The Mario supporting games are crazy. Metroid. The fact that you can brag about Mario Tennis. Like, people have real conversations about how great Mario Tennis is a testament to something.
I've never heard one of these conversations, but the fact you can
say Kart.
Oh, Mario Kart's a whole nother game.
Yes, but you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. That's an off-spin of Mario. That's just a Smash.
Yeah.
These are just like spin-offs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing spins off this hard.
The spin-offs are stronger than the actual content.
I don't sleep on the actual content though. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you play any of the new Mario Galaxies, Odysseys, or what, they're crazy. And like, because they're even flexing from back in the day, like, that whole, I mean, now we take it for granted because it just is gaming.
Yeah.
But like, to make that, bro, like, I give it to like old dungeons with like Zelda and then like Mario, like the different levels, all different environments, different enemies, the fit the levels, the different mechanics, just the platform. That was it. That's it. It's the standard in platforming to this day. We just turn the camera.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when they turned the camera, Mario 64 was the best at it. They gave Mario hands and backflips, son. Like, and he can fly with different hats. He's changing fitteds.
Number one.
This shit was crazy, dude. I mean, it's really impressive.
Looking back, I respect Nintendo a lot more. But I feel like it was the system that was easy to sleep on, especially if you played games that were on the gorier or more realistic end of it. Like, if you were playing games that were rated M for mature, you probably weren't playing Nintendo. And they niched themselves to that. But with these most recent ones, like these Wii U's and Switches, they now are like, alright, it's everything. We want it all, and we're still giving you these exclusives.
Yeah, but those exclusives still drive a lot, though.
Oh, they drive a lot of most of it, but like they were getting smaller numbers than I thought they should have been before they started dropping that, and I thought that started at like the Wii, because like you get to like the Wii and you had the Call of Duty they put up for, I think it was like World at War or Modern Warfare 2, but they did it kind of late, and then they made like a whole gun out of the Wiimote.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. They did that. They did what else was it? I think they did a Devil May Cry, maybe. I'm not sure. Then they still had their change into Zelda at Twilight Princess. That was like a whole Zelda reconfigured. Yeah. That might have been the most mature Zelda I had seen. Like I was like, okay, this is
And even Smash might have given them some of that leeway.
You think so?
I don't know. Just thinking, just because that's like just fighting. So he even kind of reshapes how we look at some of these characters. Like there's an extra edge of toughness just inherently.
Yeah.
When you come back, you can't really lose that, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Like Olimar in the Smash Bros. I forgot what his actual game was, but he's basically like planting little imaginary friends or something, and if he picks them up in the game, he'll really slap you with them and kill you. In his game, it's not so much happening like that, but I mean, you know, he's still putting in the work.
Yeah.
But you see the changes happening, I think, more so in their main characters, like Link. I think he's gotten a lot. They tried to mature him, and they tried to change his storylines a lot more to match with maybe the culture of how gaming is now. Because
and like it's kind of fun with Link. Maybe the through line is like he's a child, and you grow up with him in the games. So like it could be like a bigger arc of growing with him, like, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Kind of sure.
Yeah.
Just kind
of. I haven't played the like newest ones. I think the newest one was like Heart of the Wild or something.
Yeah.
But even like the way they set up the storylines is like starting to be. I mean, even they set up the games and the like graphics, the designs. They're losing a lot of that like the childish roundness of your regular Mario, and they keep it for all the people that want that niche.
Yeah.
But they've jumped all the way out of it if you need that.
Yeah, I guess you can always. The great thing now is you never lose like a game to like new platforms. So like,
except Nintendo.
Still.
And then you can't play Smash Bros on anything but Nintendo systems.
Wait a minute. No, I'm saying like, but you'll be able to play like the old version of Smash on the new.
Nah.
No.
No. The newest one coming out, PS5, that'll let you play. They say it'll let you play your PS4 games, and I think they said PS3.
But you can still download old PS2 games, though, like in the store and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everything's like there for the most part. Unless,
yeah.
Like it was something super niche, I would think.
I don't know, just because I don't own one. And then if they do, I don't know if they keep their servers up and all of that.
Well, I think you would download it because you download it onto like your hard drive, and then because I hear about like I've been watching speedruns, Or like I'm just hearing, so like they'll talk about like some old games and even their live communities. So like you'll go into like some old games and go on live, and it'll be like just a couple people on there, like because there's only a couple people playing the game. So, but it's still technically active. Um, so yeah, I think like I mean that would be a huge mistake to me. But like I would think like especially now with just the internet, like download speeds, hard drive space, um, you should be able to. If I get the newest, even if I get like a Switch, I should be able to download Smash 64 and play it with my controller or whatever.
For sure. No, I think that in terms of Nintendo, I think they have a lot of the much older games, but less of those ones that are like maybe the Wii or Wii U. Like for Switch, I don't think they have.
Oh well, that's fine because it's more motion dependent.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But like that's not. Those aren't where your classics work. So
Same way for the other systems, though.
my point was that like you can. My whole thing was bringing it up was that you can mature Link, but when you still want to draw again for people, you can refer them back to the old games, even on.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I get you.
That was
Yeah,
my point.
for sure.
Yeah, I would think that if that's not an option, that's crazy. Because it's definitely on PlayStation. So Nintendo, especially with their library, yeah, $10 for 64 game old GoldenEye. Like who's not? That's a layup. That's a layup of cash.
And I can't say right now, but when they had the regular Wii, they didn't have it like this. So people would mod the whole Wii and like make it able to do it.
No, I mean, but that was like, yeah, I mean, no. Yeah, we was just different. we had some issues. Like I think Switch, I think is where we've gotten a really great swing here.
Here, go ahead for a second. I'm gonna get some water.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a really impressive machine, portability, hooking it up, keeping the continuous gameplay. But yeah, I would really think that you'd be able to download those games and play. Yeah, but yeah, just been hitting these speed runs of just random old games. I watched a speed run of Mega Man X. I watched a race, and I watched 2 races of Mega Man X. Same game, played by like what 700 people, and they were all great. Like, yeah, I don't know why I feel so jaded, but well, I kind of do, but
I do like watching people play the game when they have that good commentary, and they play well.
yeah, but that's like I watch them on this channel called Games Done Quick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's speed runs, and then they're raising money for like cancer the entire time. So it's like a kind of telethon kind of thing, internet telethon. So people are sending comments with their donations. So you have a person playing, and the person's the expert in this game. Like they've had the cement to do it, and they're known like speedrunners or whatever. And then like the couch of people behind them doing the commentary are also experts in the game and are friends or whatever. So they're kind of giving you like overarching like strategy and story, what's going on. So what you need to know what's going on here is this, and what he's going to be doing here is this, like giving you that. It's good commentary. So that's there. Great gameplay. They're showing you extra tricks. Glitching's annoying, but also. I don't want to watch 5 hours of speed run. So like, but sometimes like I really want to see this game, but I cannot press play on a 6-hour video. This is crazy. Like it's not gonna. No. Yeah. So but regardless of that, like the old games like I grew up with watching. Like I spent hundreds of hours playing Mario 64. I watched a speed run. It took an hour and a half. He got all the stars, beat 100% of the game, and I saw rooms I'd never seen. Like, you know what I'm saying? In an hour and a half, he did more than I did.
My whole story
was childhood, like in this game.
Yeah.
And that was years on the game, like easily, because I mean it was tight and it was so big. Well,
when you go, have you gone back to any of those old games? Like as a grown man?
Yeah, I mean we played like Mario Kart, like 64 religiously in college. That was after, yeah.
Well, I mean, like the ones that have like the little special rooms, the Marios, the regular Marios,
or
Super
Nintendo.
Yeah, or platformers, stuff like that. Because for me, it would be like Prince of Persia, or these kind of games.
Wait, which one? Like PlayStation?
Yeah, that was PlayStation. Yeah. Prince of Persia.
Yeah, because there's an old one which is crazy. Like,
what? That's crazy.
It was like it's an OG game. And it's like OG platformer as well. But I'm not saying that's where I started. It's part of that history.
No, that's news to me.
Probably defeated on that game if you're as part of PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Times the Sand or something.
Mm-hmm.
Was he doing manipulating time the whole time in all the games?
Yeah.
Or the ones all you played?
No.
Okay.
There were 3 of them.
Yeah, probably the first. Yeah.
I stopped at like the PlayStation 3 had one, and everyone hated it. I didn't play that one.
Okay.
3 before that, they were a trilogy.
Yeah, I don't know how they fucking the story, but that was so weird. Prince of Persia and Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, I feel like they're doing too much. Like they're trying to make this whole world, and they just don't know how to do it well. Like good enough to like really do it, but not good enough to make it like Middle Earth or George Lucas's galaxy far away.
I feel like Assassin's Creed didn't expect people would love it as much as they did. Because they came after the Prince of Persia love, and the Prince of Persia love was wild. Like sometimes you just had to say the name outside, and it was amazing.
Now I'm remembering playing it. What we're talking about, I can remember certain levels. Like it had a puzzle element to it, good fighting.
Yeah.
And the time thing, if I can just rewind back a couple seconds.
And the story was compelling.
It was good. Yeah. Yeah. It was a good game.
But like you get to like Assassin's Creed, and their first 2 or 3, they're great.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and like, but you're not really getting outside of the time machine, so to speak.
And see, that was there should have been a time machine. I don't remember a time machine in the first one.
Well, yeah, that's how it is. You get towards the end of at the very beginning you go into it, but then you just get towards the end, and you find out more about the people that are coming into these random cutscenes in the story. Because every once in a while he kind of gets up and there's scientists in his face, stuff like that. Like, what's going on? By the end of the story,
that's where they went wrong. That should have just not been a part of it at all. If they wanted to fuck with time, they should have used magic.
Yeah.
Don't incorporate science, like futuristic science, and like motherfuckers clashing swords and like outside cathedrals assassinating popes and shit. Like, no. This is a
You're wrong.
mix of shit. Like, no, there's a reason these are 2 separate genres of things.
Yeah.
Like Cowboy Bebop did it and they had to draw it. All right, like that's what we're getting.
And Assassin's Creed, to their credit, like they tried to go back on it because it started off just as that, like being the machine, but it all ended up being about this old world technology that's just magical circle that does magic is really all it is. But they call it technology, we call it magic, goes back to that.
But see, that's them playing from the future, right? Or playing from like a current.
No, from the past. It was like the way they explain it
Yeah,
I haven't gotten all the way to where the game's at, so people know more than me.
Give me anything.
But the end of the last game I play, you find out that in an old version of Earth, there were these pre-humans that were like hyper intelligent, but they were facing the end of their species.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to find ways to survive. And one of them are kind of like you think about these pre-humans as the predecessors to the bad guys and the good guys, assassins and Templars. So there's a couple of them, and these two girls, they're like on the assassin side. But then there was one, I think her name was Minerva. Don't quote me. But she's the bad one. She wants to just control stuff. And they're all fighting over this Apple of Eden. Apple of Eden, I don't know what they were able to do with it. They were doing magical stuff. But as regular people, you pick it up, put it in the air, and you can kill people if they can even see the light shining off of it. The light just shines and people die. Or stuff you want happens. And so that's what everyone's fighting over.
Who am I playing?
You're playing as the assassins, who are like just a group of dudes that got together and found out this plot, and they were like, "We'll do everything to stop it."
Okay. Can I tell you what should have happened? This is Jerry's Assassin's Creed right now. This is
Jerry's Creed.
I'm going off. Like, I've never thought about this, but like, I knew they had fucked up the story, but I didn't get into how complicated. Because I was just like, there's what and there's what. Okay. No, and then I saw the movie and I was just offended.
Well, everyone that saw the movie thinks it's not doing it justice.
It's not doing anything justice. It was bad. Alright, so this is Jerry's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Give me a name, a hard name. Give me an assassin.
Altair.
Share, this is one word. Altair.
Yeah, that's his name, but that's the first one.
Huh?
He's the first one.
No, I mean, this is Jerry's assassin.
We just making up a name for him.
I need an assassin.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not British.
Shadow, fuck it.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Alright. It's a little on the nose.
Assassin.
What? Alright, goddamn.
We can get cheesier if you want.
I don't want to go the other direction. Give me a hard assassin name.
Alright,
we'll build up a story lore here.
Yeah,
Be a hero. People can love. Be disappointed at sometimes. Gonna go through some shit. Heartache. There's gonna be triumph. You know what I'm saying? From the streets to the throne.
Jamie Laurent.
What is it again?
Jamie Laurent.
Jamie Laurent.
Yeah.
Jamie Laurent. Okay. Jamie Laurent. Alright, we're gonna open on what is that? Some mid-century let's put it in, where was the first one? London or
Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
That was in the Middle East
East
during like King Darius and all that.
Alright, what you mean? What kind of year?
That's pre-Jesus, bro.
We got EC shit going on.
Yeah, this is the Jesus ain't here yet.
We got Jamie.
They're dealing with infidels. Jamie Laurent.
Jamie Laurent dealing with infidels.
Can't let him get away.
They're definitely infidels.
This is Assassin's Creed, bro.
Oh no, yeah.
In the first one, my favorite thing was like the people that talk when you're going around.
Yeah.
And it was like, and they are infidels, and we shall ride to them. I was just like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna use the bathroom and think about this for a second. We'll just cut it.
Yeah,
but alright, so
the infidels.
Alright. We're in 125 BC in the Mesopotamian, and our hero Jamie Laurent stalks from on top the highest building in the city of Agrabah, and we see him watching the city traffic. There's lots of people on the streets and the markets. There's a church. The church, the bells ring off. There's a choir and there's like guards out there. Looks like they're gathering. Pastor comes out. He's doing like a midday sermon. Well, no, the church struck 3, so yeah, midday sermon. He comes out. He starts to look at the people. He greets the people. What does the pastor say?
We gonna get those infidels.
That's what the pastor says. It's just outside. Like, what?
No, that's literally what he said in the game. He was out there really just saying that.
Well, I was gonna give him a colder opening than that. I mean, this is the first thing I ever in my hello. Like,
he's a computer. He's not smooth, bro.
It's a computer. It's real life. What are you talking about? Are you not 125 BC or with me or not? Like,
also, it's no machine. All right,
we're in
it's
Agrabah,
real.
so.
It's real. All right.
Jamie is stalking from on top. There is a church gathering. The church bell has struck 3 o'clock.
We're all gathered here today to talk about the infidels that have been creeping into the city. Y'all know about them. Y'all seen them. They always hide and they never come out to sermon. Where they at today?
Jamie moves from the rooftop, eases down in silence, keeping to the shadows. He creeps right above the street level, and he moves his way to the first guard posted as lookout. He sneaks up, kills this guy. We're gonna speed this along. He's gonna assassinate this bitch ass pastor. But my whole point is, it should be a guy. James Bond, Jason Bourne, Master Chief. You need a guy, a pivotal person I care about, not a cause, not a whole thing. And then this, he gets into some drifty shit, like he's just doing assassinations for either for hire. I don't even give him a higher purpose, not even at this point. He's just a badass from the streets. Maybe got thrown out of somewhere for doing something. Maybe he's a shadow organization. He didn't want to go all the way through because of some child. Give him like something lovable, but then he's also just a killer. And if you want to jump him through time for the sake of more games and just tight dynamics, there's like time crystals that someone's discovered, and he comes through one and he's warped through, and now we're traveling. Now you turn him into like a assassinating Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah.
Through time, like not some
Doctor Who the killer.
Templar bullshit. Like who cares?
Well, for part of what you were saying, that was the first game. Like you were saying, he's coming up, he's not got that much morals, he's in a shadow organization, but he ends up not wanting to go through with the same things they do, so he ends up fighting against this organization, changes it, and these are the assassins from there forward.
Yeah,
but
they shouldn't have done that. They should have.
The part that I would have liked was, instead of having the time traveling bit, just take us through the different family members, because that's what they're already doing. So you get to Ezio,
but you don't care though. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is why Gohan didn't take over Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
It's like, it was set up for it. It was just like, yo, this is gonna be the guy. Team Gohan was tight, and then they got through working on it. They're like, we can't get away from the people who love this guy. He said it on the face, we're gonna kill him? And you're just gonna go in heaven and you're just gonna be watching. Well, this guy, no, we can't do it. Like, we need the hero.
They kind of did have that. They did the first two characters well, but the next ones they haven't been able to maintain. So like the first game, you have Altair. He's the first guy. People love it. Love the game. Second one, you get Ezio. They love him. They can't take it enough. But I think where they messed up was they did a second one with Ezio. So the second one is still him. He's out here. And then they do a third one with Ezio.
See,
now switching after that is impossible. Like, you get into them so much. They got his whole life. Young Ezio.
But see, they shouldn't even made him so mortal. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like this why Mario lasts. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's even Baby Mario. Baby Mario's never gonna grow up into. You may get a teenage Mario, but he's never gonna sit down. Pops, like, it's not because you make a world, and to make people care about the world, you need them to care about a person in the world going through it. And you gain the stakes of you get an outlook of the world and the stakes of it through this character. And if we love the character, we love where they are, and all that's. We have to know this because it's part of his reality, and we're bottom of that. A whole family, son, through time. I don't know my own timeline of families. You want me to learn? Like, think it. Star Wars has been out since the 70s.
Yeah.
Just died. And I don't think he's dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's coming back. Like, they tried you can't do it. Like, even when they tried to tell the story of a kid, it was of a grown-ass man we've already been introduced to.
Yeah.
No new characters.
The thing that I did find interesting was that I thought it was Assassin's Creed always as the next of Prince of Persia. I thought of them as directly related.
And Prince of Persia they didn't make the same mistake.
They did.
Did they swap out?
Well, they weren't switching him out, but he was very mortal. Like, he was by the third game, he's an older man that's been dealing with the consequences of what he's done with time.
Okay.
And he's trying to fix everything that's happened.
Okay.
Before you say that, I did want to say, but they didn't make 7 Prince of Persias like they have Assassin's Creed. Yeah.
That sounds like a story to tell with a known conclusion in sight.
Yeah.
And I respect that for storytelling purposes.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed doesn't seem like it's trying to do any of that. It wants to be Everlast, but it seems like it.
This is what I was saying when I was saying that they didn't expect to become that. Like, I feel like when they had their first two, Ezio and Altair, I thought that was like, I thought at the end of Ezio's game, Assassin's Creed was over. I was like, man, it was a good run. That was a crazy ride. Ezio did that. They end it, like, they bring it full circle. He meets the first one. It's been generations. Good luck. You're looking over us now. All right. Game over. Nice. They come out with Assassin's Creed 3. They're like, okay, we're in America. I guess that was my first sign that this wasn't gonna end well.
But see,
they have to crash and burn this one.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, why wouldn't you build that in? Like, you don't even have to have like such a. It's just bad. This is bad storytelling or bad character. It's bad icon building. Okay. Characters can die, but like, if you want to make an icon, and I don't understand why you wouldn't have that in mind from the first game. Like, we're riding here because they came in with the whole changing of the gaming dynamics. Like, they were going. That's a pretty cornerstone game. I feel like for like platformers maybe or whatever genre. Well, Prince of Persia like opened up, but like it was different. You're really like it was like that in Splinter Cell to me, where like a different like you're really sneaking and like you're using like shadows were a big deal. Mm-hmm. Like that was the first time that was really in play because it's possible. Like so, you sneak by because like you know all that shit. So like even like the actual platform, like the ledge catching, the gymnastics from that, like it was new shit for the time. It felt really new. Like I remember, it was hype. It was real hype.
No,
and it delivered. It was
that and Metal Gear Solid.
Well, yeah, but Metal Gear was already a franchise. That was like by time that was like Snake Eater was like the competition. I think to that at that point maybe. And that's like
when did they come out with the first Splinter Cell?
I'm bad with his years, but this is all around the same. This is Xbox One.
Okay, no. They had Splinter Cell on PS2, bro.
Yeah, same generation.
Oh, no. When you said Xbox One, I thought you were saying like the latest Xbox.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my bad. Well, fuck them. Yeah, no, sorry. Xbox.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because
jackass. Xbox One, you dumbasses. That's so stupid.
No, I feel like we've talked about this before.
I don't build this theory. Because I don't think because I sound like retarded because it's a whole thing and I know it's a whole thing, but like
you're not conscious of it until you really talk about Xbox One.
See, yeah, fuck them. Because even their competition makes them look silly in comparison for it too by just sticking a goddamn number convention. Because we talk about PlayStation, you can say PlayStation or you can say PlayStation 1 and you're not a jackass out there. But you say Xbox and then Xbox One. Whoa! And that means completely different things and I get it.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's fucked.
And the craziest thing for me was the middle child of these two, Xbox 360.
Yeah, they get it together, Mike. What's going on, dude? Too busy trying to make vaccines and shit. Like some bullshit. Like who did this? That's some.
Yeah.
Cocaine was involved. That's
there's something happening.
That's insane. I kind of just took for granted these things are just happening. But yes, Xbox, the 360 to 1 is out of control. Like they need to really grab the wheel.
And the thing was, like, for a little bit, I thought the Nintendo was getting out there. When they first were like, like the Nintendo 64, Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Wii. Say that one more time for me. For those in the back, Wii.
See, at least with Nintendo, they established they knew fucking front.
Yeah.
They gave them the game Super Nintendo. Who are we? Super, son. That's some future shit.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah. They just be doing shit.
They got the broom at the Louvre.
And then they also came into the game saying fuck it to all realisticness.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all the systems were built up how real they could make it and how the guns shoot, the guys jump.
They still do.
Yeah.
It's so, like, even, like, on the Switch, I think, like, that's part of the porting of the games, too, because they poured just, like, old, it was 64 and, like, I think, like, old PlayStation. Mm-hmm. Like, 2, or I think, like, PlayStation 2 level, so it looks like that, but it still makes sense on Nintendo because of the whole aesthetic. They're able to really, because like if you play that same thing on like PlayStation like 5 or 4 even, you may do it for nostalgia's sake, but at the point you'd be like, I want to let me get the real shit, you know what I'm saying? But like if that's not even a thing over here, like it's wild. Really good.
I feel like they've done a good job of establishing a culture of that, because the way you said that, it reminds me like a friend we have out here, he used to play like PlayStation 2 games, and I'd play PlayStation 3 games sometimes, but I was even getting off of that. I was like, all right, well, let's get to the 5. I'm ready for it. And I remember like one day we were playing one of the games, and I'm kind of like, man, like they've got a doper version of this very game. Like we don't need to be playing this. Like, but Nintendo, they did it so well with the culture that people are going back to the old games for the smallest features. Like they have the same kind of things on PS2. And I mean, an example is like Modern Warfare 2. A lot of people still quote that as the best Call of Duty of all of them. Yeah, but people aren't like, you're not going to go back to your PlayStation 3, play it, and find people online. I feel like you should, but I think the server shut down.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Like they don't have that same concern. They want you to buy that new product more so, I think.
Yeah.
Than like Nintendo. They want you to Nintendo, they want you to buy it. They want you to buy it all, but they're also like, enjoy the stuff we already made.
Well, I think they're just giving you that space now. I mean, technology is really just making it just super possible for everybody.
The speed's outrageous.
Yeah, and even like the discs themselves, like weren't even like the same. Like even I think even for PlayStation 2, the discs were different. And
they were.
I'm sure they've gotten different just being able to put more data on the disc. So
I don't know what the changes have been since 3.
Yeah, so I can see just pure backwards compatibility issues, just dynamics even with that. But internet and high-speed internet solves all that. And the further accessible that is, the further back in games we can get and have, because there's no need for a limit.
Yeah. How much do you know about Google Stadia?
Google Stadium?
Stadia. Okay, they have their own like little gaming system that instead of making their own games like the other systems, they just make it where you can buy all the games from all the systems. And yeah,
you just play them in what? Like an app or browser?
On your it's like their own little system they have, but it connects to the internet. And you have your own Stadia controller that's a basic controller, and it just remaps whatever would be needed to be remapped. But it lets you play it all.
Huh. That's an interesting...
I don't know how it's been lately. I've not heard any news about it. But the concept was insane. Like, okay, you just skip that because... Like these systems right now, the recent thing has been getting the systems to be able to play with each other. So Xbox and PlayStation online to be able to connect, or better yet, PlayStation 3 to PC. I know they've been able to connect that.
Oh yeah, well, sure.
Yeah.
I wonder. So I understand why everyone wants to stay separate, but I'm really wondering of the disadvantages of connecting. I don't understand why any of them would license their stuff to like Google when they already have their own devices. I'd be like, just buy our device to whatever, and then I'll go talk to Sony. I don't want you to go talk. I can talk to Sony. Like, I don't need a third party Netflix in this whole situation. Like. Because then you're gonna want to make original content. And Smash now there's a whole other person on block, and you have fucking money to play the. No. I'm not even giving you the opportunity for this little startup venture. It would be my normal response. I guess.
I think that Nintendo has not given them really the go-aheads, but I think that there's only certain exclusives that I've seen not get done. But especially games that aren't system exclusives, they're all over it.
Yeah, I guess that's actually true. Most of it, they don't have that control.
Yeah.
Over most titles.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah.
Like Crash Bandicoot, Gears of War, or Mario. They probably won't have those, but they'll probably have Call of Duty.
Yeah,
or
Tekken and
Street Fighter.
Fighters and a lot.
Yeah.
Huh. I mean,
and that's it's a strong population of gaming.
It meant price points would be the only thing.
Yeah, well, the thing they had, it was kind of like streaming gaming. So you pay like you'd pay for a Netflix subscription, but you get the whole library. So you get to just say, okay, I want to play this.
Whatever I said before. Fuck all that. It's so. How much does it cost?
Yeah, here, let's get the information up.
It sounds really tight. Yeah, I want. Well, yeah, price. Perhaps titles, but I'm curious of a run down some top titles that would be showing up on this. Because I would think immediately you have to undercut all the other platforms for this to even make sense. Price one coming in. Like, if this costs the same as a Switch, why? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is this a portable thing or what's this? Well,
yeah, I'm about to find out. Google's new game. It's a gaming subscription service. It's $9.99. Controllers cost $69. Service has more than 30 game titles. Wait a minute. What? Oh, this was in 2019. I think this was like when it first came out. But it would,
Wait, where are you?
I'm reading one of the articles on it because I was trying to find the price for it, for the actual thing.
Type it in Google.
Huh?
What are we doing? No, but like, if it's made by Google, Google has to have a page for it. Like, Google has to be selling their own thing, right?
Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was trying to find the price, and it was like just $9.99 a month. Google Stadia.
Because, I mean, it sounds like they're not promoting it. Unless they are, and it's been completely on my radar. But it's the first time hearing of this.
It's almost like it's an app.
Okay.
Yeah. Get instant access to a collection of games. You get this 1 month subscription. They have 2K, Red Dead Redemption 2, Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh, and alright, so I'm sorry, what were those?
Oh, yeah, they have NBA 2K 2020, Red Dead Redemption 2, Mortal Kombat 11, the latest Doom, Destiny 2, a lot of the recent games that people are playing.
And this is just an app for your phone, or?
Dude, honestly, this is confusing me the more I'm finding out about it right now.
The controller was like $60.
Yeah, the controller costs $69. The subscription's like $9.99. No, that's regular controller price.
Really?
Yeah, the price of all this system shit's going up a lot. Like, it used to be like, dude, it used to be like $40 for the PlayStation 2 controller. I remember.
Okay.
Like $40. Then the PlayStation 3 came out. It was yeah, it was nuts.
What's the controller? I mean, I assume there's more in the controller. I haven't.
Well, yeah, every system does improve the controller.
But
so.
like, what the fuck's in the controller?
PS4 has a touchpad on the controller, so you can.
Is that even tight?
I like it, but they don't make it as functional as it should have been. So like one of the functions it has that I like using is if you're searching something, and you know how they make you like press the button 9 times to go across the keyboard.
Okay.
You can press on the key and on that keypad, and it'll rush along the keys so you can get to each one. Or
I'm sorry. So like if you're going through like a story or like some dialogue.
No, this is for like if you're using the internet on the game. That's what I'm saying. They haven't really made functions for this keypad in the game that I like. They have one that's like you tap it and you get different functions. And then I think I've seen maybe one game where you swipe and get a function.
Alright. PlayStation. I'm talking to you. This is some bullshit.
They're all bullshit in one area except Nintendo.
Take out the bullshit out of the controller, drop that shit by like $20 at least. I don't know what the fuck this highway robbery is. And if you want to put a browser and shit in your PlayStation, I was thinking about this the other night, and I don't know why I know fucking console. Just give me a mouse and a keyboard, but make it a mini keyboard. Make a gaming keyboard, but PlayStation it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mouse.
Take a cue from those little
Something I can put like right here.
those recent tablet. They have these recent tablet keyboards they've made. I have one that's like maybe this big, and all the keys are like they're really small. You know,
You don't even need all the keys.
Yeah, and you don't even need a mouse. You can use the analog stick, but for the typing.
That's interesting. It wouldn't be motion. Take that shit out.
Yeah.
Just this, and then you're moving here.
Mm-hmm.
It's pan camera. You can put a trigger here, or two, because you put the two mouse clicks. So.
Honestly, I don't see how systems can last because I feel like computer gaming is naturally better. Because like you're saying, they need a mini keyboard. Like forget that. Get the keyboard, get a mouse that has more buttons on it, and you're straight.
Well, I prefer a controller. I'm just saying, I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't exclude those people.
Oh,
I'm saying I'm really trying to recruit the PC gamers over to the console.
Oh, okay.
In this capacity.
Yeah.
That would be my goal for PlayStation.
Yeah.
It was wrong. We've done it for you, and there you go. And you can have the look you want to because it's more accurate, faster for the. I would market it for the pro gamers. Easy tech. Like it's to take a step forward for your shooters. Like you show some kids playing Call of Duty with the. That's easy, but play it's easy. And if you can really get here with it, like if it can like mini keyboard somehow, and I don't know, you can even have an extra accessory for your whole app because that. Don't take the money out of the controller. Just make more shit. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can have a whole kit here for $60. At least I don't feel like an asshole for walking out with this.
The games have gone up too.
But that I get.
I mean, but it's
when they made the $50 to $60 jump, I'm like, okay, it's never gonna stop. And yeah, but at least. I'll say with the new machines because of backwards compatibility. So even if you're not able to get, if you're able to get the machine, and you're maybe able not to get the newest games as they come out or whatever, you can, buy like a old game that you just found out about because there's thousands of them.
Yeah.
And
for
like
sure.
$5, $10. We have specials. You know what I'm saying? You can finagle there. You can get more value for if you can get them to get the machine at that point. And then the fact that you have these so low that inflated, especially if it's hot shit. You can't pay for hot shit.
Yeah.
So
God damn.
And it's not like, and it doesn't look like it. When a new console comes out, new games come out, and that price point jumps. It's more than you want to, but like you kind of feel like you can see the value. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always a noticeable improvement.
Yeah.
Like you can see this, like, oh my god, look at it. So I remember feeling that way looking at PlayStation 2, and like looking back, it's like that's crazy. But I literally for like 30 minutes looking at like Tekken. Before I played the game, I turned it on Christmas night. Turned it on big screen. And the opening just played, them just fighting and shit. I didn't press start for a long time because I was just like, "This is incredible." And now this is like 10, 15 years after that, and it's still that feeling, but it's way more incredible.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right, this is where.
Okay, honestly, it's not as incredible because I feel like I can't top that feeling when I first got PS2. And I just looked at the little circles and things spin. I'm not even playing the game.
Maybe alright. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I can't say we won't, but these aren't that dramatic. But it's still.
I feel like they're starting to slow down on those jumps, but they're getting better at.
It's a different. They're going for a different breakdown, I think.
Okay.
Because now they're trying to make the 3 transition at that point, right? Or that's what. They made So we're adding a whole dimension here. So, and then making it form-like, but we only got so many polygons. So it was mind blowing to see that switch. It was like a paper like pop-up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Your picture jumped out of the page.
Yeah. So like it was just like, oh shit. But then now, we're like, all right, I'm walking up. We're all in 3D. They're 3D. I'm 3D. Now we're trying to get them to look like us. And now it's less of a mind blowing of this new. It's like, is this real? That's a whole different mind fuck. It's not as explosive. It's maybe even a little troubling. But it's a whole thing though. Regardless of how you're expressing it, you know it's a life intriguing as fuck.
Yeah.
And you can.
It blurs the line.
And the closer that gets to this, that you're paying for that quality just of. Because if it looks like this, if you can get it to this, and I can still play fucking Grand Theft Auto, take all the money. I'm living here. Fuck this.
I can fly?
Yeah, like, but it looks like
there are cheat codes.
I can smell it. Like, what? You kidding me? Like, you with the Ninja Turtles, and you smell the pizza, and they're passing around, but then it also smells like sewage. You're like, this part sucks, but like, this is crazy, son.
The sad
your
part.
mind would like explode. It'd be like just explosions in your mind.
My mind started off real happy about this, and then it went straight to first-person shooters, and was like, yeah, this is probably not going to be a good look.
It would probably be better. I would
smell the blood gushing out of your friend's guts.
But that would think about it though. Really think about it. Because now, because what if
I need help?
No. What if they dropped you in war though? Like, see, there's all the dynamics that come from this. You're gonna get people with war PTSD that have never gone to war, only virtually, which would be a whole different problem we've never dealt with.
Dude, they might just start going to war over virtual.
But no, you still got your real shit done though, unless there's real value incorporated there.
Well, I feel like they can make it hurt for real.
Well, but what? But it wouldn't kill you, like you wouldn't, unless like that'd be some weird.
This ethical war.
Alright, but you're getting away from it. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
I don't even know what we're talking about. Too hilarious. So I mean, like, you still got bomb shit. Like you gotta.
Yeah, like they'll feel it in the virtual.
Yeah, but what? But your home's still standing, though.
You gotta have some contracts in place to get that home.
I need the infidels running shit on fire. Satellite, real time.
I feel like at one point they're gonna be like, yo, we gotta stop the real stuff because it's too violent, it's too real.
No, alright, that was my point. But I think, alright, so if you're able to Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty, poverty aside, you can't poverty aside, that's stupid. Yeah, it is a little broken, but I think you're either gonna be less violent or we're gonna have like everyone's an assassin. I don't know which way this goes. Like everyone knows how to jack a car, and everyone knows how to load the assault rifle in under 4 seconds, or
it'd be scary.
or everyone's like so disgusted by it, the real. You know what I'm saying? Because also like you gotta drive into a real war zone. You thought it was all fun and games, and then your boy gets shot, and all these guys have to respawn though, and that might really take out my value of life and death a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know. Dude. A lot of it goes to it's like you don't have to stop. You don't have to stop it. Just turn it off,
dude. For a little bit, I was thinking like this would be so cool, and then it was like, okay, well, if you die, your homie dies on screen with you. You're going crazy. When you get off, you go see him. You're giving him big hugs like he died in real life.
But see, you would know it's a game.
You know it's a game, but if it looks real enough, that blood squirting out of the neck is that blood squirting out of the neck.
See, I wouldn't really. I guess I don't know what the game's going for. Because that's different. Like that's not Call of Duty.
Well, I mean, you get shot in Call of Duty, your boy's head pops with blood. I mean, it's still.
Yeah, but when you respawn, there's not like bodies littered everywhere. Like there'd be mountains.
Yeah.
So like it kind of resets. So you still, even if it's real, you reset it.
It cleans itself up.
Unless you didn't. That would be like some ultra hard mode, but that's sick.
Hardcore.
So maybe we wouldn't make that mode. That's fucked up. Because now you have people virtually climbing over bodies of themselves and their friends. What else is there? It's so
Black Mirror. You get how y'all came up with all that shit.
Yeah, we're not, man. I want things to get less weird, but I don't think it's possible.
It's not.
I think the
technology is naturally weird.
Well, yeah, but like
until it's not.
Well, I don't know if there's that line yet. I don't know. Well, not yet. Definitely not. I don't know if that's a thing.
Well,
could just be an approaching infinity.
That's also true. Like I've thought of it in a way where it's like we'll probably reach a point where we have trouble reaching the next level and we'll plateau, and that'll be like that might be our next 1,000 years, or that might be our next few hundred years, just plateaued off like that.
I agree with the sentiment. Thank you for the deGrasse Titans or something similar effect. But even to that point, or it gets to be, I don't know. The point got away from me. So I was trying to add more words because I was just like, there was a thing I had. And I was like, nah.
Just slipped a little.
Yeah, slide.
Slip and slide. Clyde could have been our Laurent's name.
Well, you can't slip and slide. Well, I guess all you're doing is slip and slide.
Yeah.
Damn. That's ridiculous. What were we just talking Real talk. So I had something, but it jumped out.
Yo.
Yeah. Damn, what do you let it go?
I think we're getting into how bad virtual we get.
Yeah, but I felt like we pulled the parachute.
Yeah, we kind of slowed down. That was the last one I remembered. Then after that, we got into Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about technology plateauing, and
yes. All right. So I would argue that we think we get to these plateaus, but we might be also working under I guess we're just working under bigger plateaus. Like I feel like we're so small, we take it for granted. We're not granted, but like we can't really. We have a concept of how small we are, but like we can't really put that in full perspective of how big things are. Like there could be whole giant beings, not even giant enough, but like galactical giant. Like I always come back to Men in Black, the scene at the very end with the marbles. The galaxy was on Orion's belt the whole time. The cat, and it just ended up being on Marvel for Marvel. But just like that's wild, but like maybe it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like it's we're so close. Like if you're too close to the elephant, you can't see the elephant. You see gray. Like you got to step back to see. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're always that. Because we're so small in the scheme of things. Like I always think like how. Not always think. How I think how do you consider the Earth a living thing?
In itself.
In its entirety.
Okay. No, but I have played with the idea. Yeah.
I think it's fair. That's the idea I played with because it would make sense to me if it were.
Yeah.
But maybe not life as we know it. Because what do we know about life? Our sample size is us and the shit we eat, and even other stuff that we consider alive, we kind of don't. Like trees are alive. They're living things. They grow. There's a whole
Life cycle.
Birth. There's a whole life cycle. They're born. They die. There's progression in between that. They provide for their environment. Even they take from the environment. They give back to it. It's a whole life. Some trees have contributed more to some people on the planet. If you low key real talk, like easy.
Trees are biased. Just know that.
Biased on what? They don't give a fuck. They're just giving and
Greedy
taking.
for the area.
Huh?
You're greedy for the area.
They're giving you air.
They only want people in that area to have air, though. What about the people on the other side? They need air too.
There's nothing they can do about that. So they just do what they can.
Oh,
They're
so
not.
That's just a casualty. He don't care. Yeah, the tree don't care about us.
The tree can't move.
Shit, you need to learn.
It's a tree. You just want the tree to be a whole group. It's a tree. You know, you can't.
Get some roots that will
The
be
tree
nice.
protects its area. It gives it shade. It's giving oxygen, taking in carbon dioxide. It gives things a habitat to live, like you can build nests and shit in it.
Yeah.
Like you can live under it. Like you got worms and ants, like termites crawling through them. It's a whole habit. It's a whole thing. Like, but we're the same thing. Like, only we're mobile and we express ourselves without the wind blowing. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you go into our gut, there's like a universe worth of little microbes and shit. There's little bugs on your eyebrows and around your eyes, just making shit work. And but what if we're the bugs on like the earth? You know what I'm saying? Like and the trees are just like, skin, like our hairs even. Like, like what if doesn't that kind of make a little...
Yeah, no,
it's kind of the mix of my thoughts in the Rugrat episode, but no.
No, I feel that, and like I've heard it in a different way. Like I think it was like a version of a Viking belief, but it was like we all live in a giant's eye. Like our whole world is his eye, and
yeah, but see, I think that might be even small. What if really got? But I mean, even in that term, but yeah, maybe even thinking the Earth as a whole thing is small.
Yeah,
see, that's what I'm saying. Like because that's even bigger than what I thought. Like, I'm like, well, the Earth is its own guy out here. You're saying it's the eyeball of the guy. Think how massive that is. Like, think about it. Think about just what you're shaping, the imagery.
Yeah.
Like, that's believable. Like, but I mean, even so I can't even see. I'm not even on Viking level of scaling the universe in a crazy way. But
and then the Egyptians, they had their hermetic alchemy, and they kind of thought of things as going in levels and patterns.
Mm-hmm.
So you might, and it might not directly relate, but I've always related it was a principle they called like as above, so below, and it was basically to say like, kind of you were saying how the tree would have all those organisms that were on it, and then that organism on him might have a host of organisms on itself, and that goes down and down and down and down, and but it also scales up and up and up and up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't ever scale it that way.
Yeah.
We stop at us, and we have a couple people that look up, but we don't really scale it bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still.
And I mean,
it's still kind of on our measurement. You know what I'm saying? Like there needs to be we have inches, we have centimeters, we have millimeters, nanometers, because you got to keep scaling down for the situation. but then we stop at
meters,
miles or light years even. That's distance, right? Yeah. So
wait, what was that other one? Miles or light years?
Well, both.
But yeah, both of those are
distance. So I mean, that's as big as we've got, but that's us moving through it. We haven't thought about like of something else moving something else bigger though, like scaled up in the scheme of things. But I think like we're standing on the scale. You know what I'm saying? If we just think of us,
I think we're starting to get more of an understanding of the scale with our understanding of the universe and having these high-tech telescopes to see like these black holes form, like we've seen one of our first ones, and see how that consumes that now dying star.
See, that's I guess that's smart. Like we see it, but even the way we
interpret it.
Yeah, like it's kind of like we look for other planets to look for other like Goldilocks planets to see if they have capacity for life like us. That's framed through our vision of what we know life to be, and for its usefulness even to us. Like that's why Mars. Yo, can we breathe there? Nah, but it used to have oceans, so we probably some ice under there. So if we drill under there, we can get some ice under there, there's probably some other minerals, so we can make an ocean. Alright, there's a lot of mountains, we can tear oceans down. Fuck that. Air, we can make air, we can make some ozone. Run that. Alright. We're building rockets, son. Because that's for us. Like, we don't think of it as its own thing. Like, other than a landing spot for us. It's a platform like we're Mario, but like even in Mario, he jumps on some shit and shit moves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I don't know. Like it doesn't matter, but like I think it's interesting a little bit.
No, it's really good perspective, and
just we're just fleas on like a thing.
Yeah,
and we just see this going in this rotation. But if you zoomed out, maybe it's for something, or maybe this could be like we could be in the middle of a track meet that just takes, like it's just a NASCAR race on a galactic scale. Right? Think about it.
Yeah.
We've just been going in this big oval circle. When we do this shit every 4 years, it's the Olympics. Earth, we've been running this race, and I don't even know if we're in the lead. Like Pluto, we've thrown them out of the race. Pluto's like, fuck you.
Mercury's mad you didn't make it.
You know what I'm saying? Or even like, what's the sun? Like,
you'll make it in the next billion, son.
Like, the sun's a giant engine in the middle of the thing, and all this stuff is able to orbit around. You think it's just that? I mean, it could be. I don't know. But like, when we build engines, that's not the whole thing. Yeah. Like, think about it. Like, when we build something to power something, that's in the front. There's a hatch over it. There's a whole back to it. You know what I'm saying? You don't even see the engine. You never see your engine unless you're really about tinkering with that engine. What if you had someone that doesn't like to tinker with the engine? But we're just thinking about, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of some Rick and Morty, but like,
no, it's real.
Scaled up a little. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like I've always
dimension shit.
Like I've always thought of it kind of like all of the germs and different things in your biome make up you, but you are like billions of different bacteria and things all at work to keep a machine alive. And then for the planet, it's all of us and us animals and plants doing the same thing. And then for the universe, all of those planets and stars do the same thing to keep that alive. You know, but it keeps scaling in that same way. Everything just makes up a body for...
Dude, what if we're the musty planet on the block? Think about all the planets. They're running around. They're looking at you like, dude, what's all that shit you got hovering around? We look like Pigpen out here from fucking Peanuts cartoons. Just dust cloud. What's all that trash you got just... you got all that shit growing on you for? Like green, blue... Pick a color, you son of a bitch. Like, what's all that furry shit? if someone
if
someone walked up to you and and you could visibly see shit just crawling around, flying, like you saw little things flying above land, you'd be like, bro, I need you 20 feet away from me, and you need to hit a body of water, son. Because what the hell is going on with you, son? You got all kind of shit living on you.
Is that green on your face?
On your face, son? On your face? And is that a civilization on your face? You don't got one thing living. They fucked and they made more of them. And like they're all over. And they're not even respecting your shit.
It's like how letting bugs have babies in your skin.
Like we're not putting on lotion. We got the skincare. Our skin is ashy. We're ashy. We got eczema because we're just tearing down shit. And we got moss growing on it because that's not even supposed to be there. And we're fucking that. So we got gross shit on top of gross shit. And we're steaming. Like, why is there fumes coming? Are you doing that?
They'd all been talking shit about Saturn for the longest. They got a new target.
Yeah, he's like, you got rings over there? Oh, look at the guy. He's fancy with the rings.
Yeah. He a dick. That was
trying
like
to get
dirt.
Uranus, and Uranus been a joke. You know, like, who do you think you are? But we the funky one on the block, so we can't really talk that shit.
Oh yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying.
Last few hundred years, we talked some shit to Saturn, and they looked at us like, "Yo, shut your dirty ass up."
I'm team human or die. You know what I'm saying? But if we get shaken off, I get it. It's like a dog getting out of the water. You know what I'm saying?
They be talking about the sun flares killing us is like the end of the world. And
I'm not even worried about the sun. Earth could be like, yo, what if Earth is like, I want to get my life together. You know what I'm saying? I gotta start taking care of myself. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I gotta restart this. I gotta shake this shit off.
What if all of these religions and stories they've been telling have really just been the Earth making decisions?
That's what I'm saying.
that Noah flood. Earth just got tired.
Yeah.
Earth just got a little tired of all the
He's
people.
trying to get right. He's going through a cycle. He's trying to see Venus. And, he's trying to get right for the summer. And, the sun's trying to pop off. And,
under pressure.
Yeah, he had to kind of get his skin glowing a little bit, like the blue color on him. That green bullshit. And now he's just green and all his grays and, ugh.
Too much struggle.
Huh?
Too much struggle.
Yeah, man. I just hope the Earth keeps throwing his life away so we can thrive out here until.
Yo.
I don't know.
when I watched Man of Steel, it was whatever as a movie. But the funniest thing for me was that I felt like we weren't the humans in the movie. I felt like we were the Kryptonians. Because I feel like that's what we do. We go places and we're like, all right, this doesn't fit how we get down. So, we're gonna fuck all that up, and we're gonna make it fit what we do.
Yeah.
And then,
like, please.
Yeah, and then when this is too messed up to keep functioning, we're going over there.
I bet you, as soon the moment we get boots down on Mars, call this, and if somehow you're alive post-apocalypse, you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that, and then you'll die in the lava fires. But as soon as we touch down on Mars, Solstice is gonna be like, yo, son, so you're gonna be funky and you got fleas just popping off of you, son? It is out here. And one landed on my face, get it together or we're stomping you out. And so we're just gonna be like, alright, I gotta do this shit. And all over earthquake. Earthquake everywhere. All the volcanoes go off. Clean house, son. I gotta go dark for like a couple days.
Calls up his boy, the sun. I need you to.
No, he can do. The Earth can handle it. It's just lazy as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? If Earth knows it can shake up the ground, bury all of it, throw some volcanoes up, black out the sun. No one sees it. I'm going deep cover. We're gonna let this rock out for an ice age. I need the deep cleanse. You know what I'm saying? So when this melts off, I'm back popping for the summer. You know what I'm saying? Lambo ready.
Yeah.
So we just need to make sure the Earth doesn't go for the deep cleanse.
Winter is coming, guys.
Winter
is coming.
Well, that's cuffing season, so we'll be indoors, Netflix and chilling.
No, we won't, because cuffing season for Earth is ice season for us. we're gonna be just trying to survive out here.
Well, yeah.
He's gonna be getting it off. He might be getting some of that bomb planetary pussy, but just know, we gonna be looking at big ass mammoths that have come back to life.
Yeah,
Don't let those ice sheets melt more, because we getting prehistoric germs and shit.
We're pretty much in time, but I don't know if you bring this up quickly. I'll bring it up when we get into it, but I just saw like today. They found an extra level underside the Earth's crust, and it's just like oceans worth like under the land.
That's crazy. Funny enough, I actually saw something on Earth, and it was that a theory Plato had back in the day was proven correct, and he was saying that, I don't know what his theory on the whole planet was, but he was saying from the ground under, the Earth was made up of cubes, and they had done some kind of a special, like, telescope view of the Earth's floor, and they noticed that was actually true. So it improved.
They saw
they had some kind of a screen vision of how the Earth's floor was made up. I don't remember the name of the vision tool they used. I kind of was skimming through, but they had it, and it proved that Plato was right.
I'd have to.
I'll find the article, because the article was straightforwardly Plato was proven right, and then just type in maybe Earth and cube.
All right. Well, we'll leave you with that homework. But it's been a pretty chill conversation.
Yeah, this is
literally just talking online.
Yeah, we got y'all with this one.
So
just like the assassinated assassin, JCL, back in your face one more time. We love you.